Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Spirit of Justice. Previously, we cross-examined Anonymous, the amnesiac man. Well, full name Anonymous TBD, I suppose? Unfortunately for him, he regained his memories in the middle of the cross-examination. Turns out his true identity is Das Arable, a key insurgent in the Defiant Dragons rebel group, and, well, long story short, his testimony ended up being ineffectual to our purposes, and he fled the scene after being found out. So, from here, I genuinely do not know where we're going, and I'm very excited to see where we are going. So, let's resume. The escaped prisoner escaped again. The police force has been placed on high alert. He will be caught before long. An escaped prisoner who's escaped the law again after giving a ton of false testimony? Talk about a troublemaker. He really pulled a number on all of us. What was the point of all that anyway? Well, I can't help but feel that entire episode was an enormous waste of time. Your Majesty. Perhaps it was not as great of a waste as you might believe. What makes you say that, Prosecutor Sadmadi? Das Arable dropped something as he made his escape from these halls. Oh. Huh. It's like a duplicate of this? Ah. Interesting. That scrap of paper looks awfully familiar. These appear to be direct orders from Dirk. From Dirk, the rebel leader? Oh, but we only have a small corner of it. Wait, I remember now. Your Majesty, I've seen that scrap of paper before. You have? Careful with your words, Phoenix. The scrap of paper Das Arable dropped is a part of this. Yep, I think so. Right? Yeah.
Take that!
And this is? I found it at the scene of the crime. It appears to be a copy of the order that Mr. Arable dropped. If we put the two together, we should be able to read what the order says. Huh? But it's not torn, it's just bloody. What? Interesting. Oh my! And just what does it say, Mr. Wright? I can't read Khura'inese. Oh, Prosecutor Sadmadi, if you please. The ignorant lawyer has not bothered to learn our language. Very well, then. Oh. What language are you speaking? I do not understand. Well, what does it say? Using the lamplights as a landmark, he was to parachute down to the inner sanctum. Upon the rite's completion, he was to don Lady Kira's robes and make his escape. What? That is how he was to escape from prison. So if I were to assume that Mr. Arable was the one who killed the High Priest, then maybe it was because Abbot Inmi tried to thwart his escape plan. Oh, foul lawyer. I'm afraid that is simply ludicrous. Huh? But I didn't say anything. Did he just read my mind? I know how your putrid mind works. Unfortunately for you, however, now that the rebels' escape plan has been revealed, it is clear that Das Arable is not the High Priest's killer. How can you be so sure? If only you would use that putrid brain of yours every once in a while. Das Arable's plan could not have worked without the help of a certain individual. What do you mean? I am speaking of Abbot Inmee, of course. Had Dat's Arable simply donned Lady Kira's robes and made his escape alone, he would have been far too conspicuous. But were he by the High Priest's side, the faithful citizens praying in the plaza would have had no cause to suspect anything. It is, therefore, unthinkable that Dat's Arable was the High Priest's killer. Well, didn't he get amnesia as soon as he landed? Ah! So then, you're saying the High Priest was a... Oh, I cannot bear to say it. I'm afraid it is so. He numbered among the rebels who threaten our kingdom. How could this be? The High Priest, a rebel? There must be some kind of mistake. Let it go and move on. Accept the truth. It is the only way. Oh, you hypocritical piece of shit. You're still sore from losing over in Japanifornia. Come on. And that goes double for you, Defense. Cease your futile battle now. And why should I? Because I will now put the final nail in the coffin of the accused. Now that we have eliminated Dat's Arable from our list of suspects, there is only one person that still remains, the accused, Maya Fey.
Hold it!
Hold it right there. Aren't you forgetting something important? Something important? Please do explain, Defense. We can't end this trial without looking into... The arrow's been discussed. The third party's been discussed. But the murder weapon has not come up at all. I want to say it's this. Oh, uh-oh. What about the murder weapon? We haven't found it yet. What does it matter if it has been found or not? The fact remains that the victim was killed with it by the accused. I also fail to see how that would be important, Mr. Wright. This, however, is. It seems there is no need to continue this trial any longer. No, Your Majesty, there is still something important that must be brought to light. We can't end this trial without looking into... the arrow? Like, we can ask where it was fired from, who fired it? Right, yeah, okay, so if Prosecutor Sadmati is just now positing that the High Priest was in fact a rebel, what's the deal with him being threatened? Well, threatened by the rebel hunter, so it makes sense. Like, we just spent all this time talking about the third party. So it can't be that. The arrow. What about the arrow that was fired into the High Priest's house? Oh shit. It was simply a means to deliver the warning letter to the victim. That's more or less the same conclusion we came to yesterday. You know, I guess you're right. Now, in my defense, I'm picking up this play session like a day after I finished recording everything else, so my train of thought is still trying to chug up to full speed. Leave me alone. Oh, then this should be just about as right as well. Isn't Dat's Arable the third party? But I'm talking about the true identity of the Lady Kira we saw in the seance vision. If that wasn't Dat's Arable, then who was it?
Objection!
That matter has already been resolved. It has? What's he talking about? It is as I have maintained from the start. There was no third party at the seance vision.
Objection!
But there was another Lady Kira there besides Maya Fey. We all saw her.
Talk to them!
What the? I can't do my finger point. Yeah! It is time to let it go and move on. Your fate has already been sealed, much like your arm. This hardly seems fair. It is quite simple once you consider where the victim and the accused were at the time. If the victim was near the spring with his back to the accused, what would he see ahead? Besides the water itself, there is nothing but the Warbad statue. Precisely. The Lady Kira we saw in the seance is the Warbad statue draped in her sacred robes. Oh crap, he's the one? Oh, okay. Now I thought we would be able to point that out. Uh-oh. No way! The accused wanted the false Lady Kira to appear in the seance vision. Before she came from behind and stabbed the victim with a dagger in reverse grip. But why would the accused want to do something like that? To create a false Lady Kira? To show it to the victim as he was being slain. And what reason would the accused have to fool the victim she was about to kill? It was not the victim she was trying to fool. It was this very court itself. Come again? Suspicion would not fall on the accused if it looked as if another Lady Kira was there. And the defense was foolish enough to fall for it and claim it was a third party in disguise. Are you saying? I am. It was all a cleverly wicked scheme perpetrated by the accused. A scheme in which she sought to use the seance vision to mislead us. This can't be happening. What a face you are making, Defense. I am surprised you are taking this so hard. After all, did I not clearly state a while back that you were chasing after naught but a deluded fantasy? Something has occurred to me, you see. And your allegations of a third party are but a deluded fantasy. Was that necessary? You're telling me he knew this is how it would turn out all the way back then? And that he was just waiting for the most effective moment to spring it on me? Do you understand now? I've had you dancing in the palm of my hand this entire time. It can't be. This is an outrage. You took our royal priestess's sacred divination seance and used it to commit this most foul and despicable murder. No, I did nothing of the sort. Maya. Nick, it's not true. I didn't.
Objection!
Cease this ugly display. Your fate is sealed now that the facts have been exposed. Your Majesty, the time has come to convict this criminal who only seeks to taint this sacred hall. Indeed. It seems this trial is over.
Hold it!
Does the defense wish to offer up yet another counter-argument or something? The accused is not the killer. And, here's why. Now what do I do? I've got nothing. It would appear that the defense has run out of arguments to make. I thought for sure that that rebel was the killer. The only person with a possible motive The one dressed as Lady Kira has vanished. And I've got nothing to use against Prosecutor Sadmati's argument. Damn it, I can't lose now, not like this. Very well then, I shall now render my verdict. Wait! Please, wait, I'm begging you. It is time to let it go and move on. This trial need not be drawn out any longer. The defense has failed to counter the charge filed by the prosecution. In accordance with the law, I invoke the Defense Culpability Act against the defense. Now then, this court finds the accused, Maya Fey, and the defense, Phoenix Wright, guilty. Uh-oh. Maya, please help, Maya. Help. Your Majesty, please forgive the interruption, but... Oh, hello. What is the meaning of this? A body has been found in the Plaza of Devotion, Your Majesty. What's this? A body? What happened now? Oh. And we found this sticking out of the victim. Why, that's Lady Kira's warband dagger. Oh. Lady Kira. She's returned from the Twilight Realm once more. She has come to defeat the rebels. Peace. Well, it would seem the dagger that was once lost has now been found. I have one more thing to report, Prosecutor Sadmati. Yes? This dagger. It bears the fingerprints of Maya Fey on it. Huh? What? But... why would Maya's prints be on it? I cannot believe it, yet it must be true. Is something the matter, Prosecutor Sadmati? This trial has run its course, and the accused's guilt has been firmly established. However, it would seem the defense was right about one thing. I was? You claimed that the murder at the Inner Sanctum had been carried out by the rebel hunter masquerading as Lady Kira. I did say something to that effect, but what of it? Prosecutor Sadmati, are you suggesting what I think you are? I believe the true identity of the rebel hunter who has been masquerading as Lady Kira is none other than the accused Miss Maya Fey. What? What? Okay. I realize how shocking this must seem. Looking back, however, I now realize there was much that pointed to that fact. The rebel-hunting Lady Kira was first sighted about 2 years ago, and the accused first came to our kingdom 2 years ago as well. Why, the timing matches perfectly. But there is more. That warning letter was found in the High Priest's bedroom 3 days before the rite. Despite his house being locked up tight that night.
Objection!
How does that prove anything?
Objection!
It is difficult to believe an intruder could have found a way to enter such a secure house. However, the accused was known to come and go freely there, mainly to prepare for the purification rite. Abbot Inri was an important figure with a ton of duties, including training acolytes. He was really kind, even to a foreigner like me. He even invited me over to his house whenever I was between training sessions. The accused could have easily left the house unlocked for herself without anyone noticing. No! So now the question is, would the people want a hero, a folk hero, to be executed? If we assume that the accused was Lady Khura, that more than establishes her motive for killing the High Priest. Yes, the victim was secretly an insurgent, bent on helping Dat's Arabelle escape after all. Precisely. That made him a target of Lady Khura's wrath. And after killing the High Priest, she then unleashed her divine justice on another rebel. So it seems the scope of this case has expanded. We now have 2 murders perpetrated by Miss Maya Fey, masquerading as Lady Khura. If Miss Fey is indeed a serial killer, it would affect the severity of her punishment. In light of this, I believe this second murder must be investigated before we can proceed. Ah, that's where we're going. Well, this is really new and very inventive. As you wish, Your Majesty. Maya Fey, I hereby charge you with this second murder. May your defiled soul feel the weight of your sins. A new murder charge on top of a guilty verdict. It seems the defense will live to see one more day. Talk about hanging on by a thread. Come tomorrow, a far more terrible punishment awaits you. I hereby suspend these proceedings so that the second murder may be investigated. Until the conclusion of this new investigation, this court is adjourned. Day 2. Bring it on. All right. Wow. Wow. That's cool. May 11th, 1:03 p.m. Temple. So, why the hell is... Why is Phoenix allowed to walk around freely? He's, in the eyes of the law, he's guilty of a murder now. What do I do now? I can't believe Maya and I were actually found guilty. This trial need not be drawn out any longer. The defense has failed to counter the charge filed by the prosecution. In accordance with the law, I invoke the Defense Culpability Act against the defense. Now then, this court finds the accused, Maya Fey, and the defense, Phoenix Wright, guilty. Agh! Okay, so this flashback gets a pass because this is a chapter break, so it's fine. It's made for people who took a good break in between. Mr. Wright? Albie, I saw the whole trial. What's going to happen to Miss Maya now? I'm worried about that too. But right now... I have one more thing to report, Prosecutor Sadmati. Yes? This dagger. It bears the fingerprints of Maya Fey on it. Right now I need to focus on the next trial. The murder of Acolyte Zealot, right? At least the jury is... Oh, what? The victim is Acolyte Zealot. Oh no. Oh, poor Belieb, losing her husband and then adopted son? Oh, frick. What the hell? At least the jury is still out on that one, so to speak. The two murders are most likely connected. If I can get to the bottom of Acolyte Zealot's murder, it might give me the ammunition I need to overturn Maya's guilty verdict. Let me help you investigate. I want to assist you in any way I can. I appreciate it, Albie, but we're talking about a murder. Yeah, but it's going to be hard for a foreigner to investigate this on his own. You have a point there. I wish I knew what to do. Hello, Rafa. You're looking down in the dumps. Huh? Isn't that... your benevolence? Princess Rafa? Huh? Oh, it is you again. The dead lawyer walking, guilty of abetting a murder under the Defense Culpability Act. I see she hasn't lost any of her charm. Why the long face? I thought you'd be glad I was found guilty under the DC Act. Huh. I am in no mood to take joy in your suffering. For I was unable to defeat you and had to leave the job to others. I failed in my sacred duty as the royal priestess. I guess that answers my question. Have I misunderstood the voice of the Mitama yet again? This cannot be! All I did was defend my client. Can't bear to see her looking so sad like this, though. Your benevolence. Your benevolence. Huh? Oh, Barbed Head. I thought you had already begun your journey to the Twilight Realm. I'm not dead yet. I still have an investigation to do for tomorrow's trial. What's this? Do you mean to say you have not given up yet? That's right. I'm going to prove Maya innocent tomorrow. But why? Why do you refuse to give up? I cannot fathom such obstinacy. Investigate all you want, I care not. You really don't mind. But aren't you worried that a lawyer backed into a corner by the DC Act might do something desperate like forge evidence? What's this? If left unsupervised, I'd be free to do whatever I wanted, you know? Ugh. Okay, now to see if she takes the bait. Yes, I see your point. Barbed Head. Yes? I know what happened yesterday. You perpetrated some sort of fraud or other misdeed while I was not watching. Huh? That explains why I misunderstood the voice of the High Priest's soul. Yes, of course, that is the only explanation. I was just trying to cheer her up. Now she thinks even less of me. I must not allow you to sully our sacred Hall of Justice with your misdeeds ever again. Therefore, today, I will be monitoring your every move once more. I will not fail to spot your misdeeds this time. The moment I see anything out of the ordinary, I will send you straight to prison. And you, boy, do not throw your lot in with this foreign devil. But your benevolence... It's okay, Albie. You don't need to worry about me. I'll be back before you know it. But first, I should probably lighten my load a bit. Albie, would you mind holding on to some evidence for me? Of course not. Most glad to help. Unnecessary evidence unloaded onto Albie. May the Holy Mother's blessings be upon you. Now then, the scene of the crime is a logical place to start. If I recall correctly, the body was found at the Plaza of Devotion. I guess we're back into the swing of things then. Wow, I did not expect this.
That boy has grown far too close to you. He will require re-education if he persists in befriending lawyers.
Re-education? What exactly does that entail?
First, he must meditate upon Lady Kira for 48 hours in the prayer pose.
How is that re-education? Sounds more like torture to me.
Barbed Head, you have an investigation to conduct, do you not? Get on with it.
Yes, but why does she always have to be like this?
What? Would you have preferred that tour guide boy tag along instead?
Huh?
Huh. It would appear I have read your mind most accurately.
That smile of hers is downright scary. I'm a lawyer. Nothing new. Fair enough. How about investigating? Yeah, new stuff. I'm not a Khura'inist, but maybe if I prayed with all my might, the Holy Mother will help me. Who am I kidding? I have to figure out how to solve this case myself. Attaboy, Phoenix. I look a little haggard in my reflection. It's like the water showing me how I feel on the inside. Wait, what am I doing? I have to stay strong, especially for Maya. I can hear the monks' prayers all the way over here. Maybe the Holy Mother would answer mine if I slipped it in with theirs. Here goes. Please let me save Maya Fey. That's all, I believe. Then let's move. So the murder was at the Plaza of Devotion, right? Let's go there first, maybe. Oh, he died where he was praying. Shit. Looks like the police already finished their investigation. To think someone would be killed here, a place devoted to prayer. A body outlined and flowers? Did someone leave them here in memory of the deceased? And there's something different about the prayer flags today. Oh, wow, I did not notice that. There's a purple prayer flag on the right. Stands out.
As the high priest disciple, Acolyte Zealot was utterly devoted to his training. First the high priest and now his devoted disciple. Maya Fey will pay for this.
As I keep trying to tell you, Maya has nothing to do with any of this.
And you can prove this how?
What do you think I'm doing here? Gathering dirt and dust for the trial?
You and your smart mouth. This is precisely why you and your lawyerly ilk are so reviled.
Hey, Mr. Wright? Oh, Emma! Hey! Emma!
It's that detective from your country again. Oh, it's the princess. You seem displeased that I am here. Oh, no, don't be silly. Mr. Wright, I'm so sorry about what happened to Maya.
It's not your fault, Emma. You were just doing your job. And if I had just done mine.
Mr. Wright?
But it's no use crying over spilled milk. Would you mind telling me what you know about the murder? It's do or die in court tomorrow, and I mean that literally.
Gladly, I'll help in any way I can. Remember, I have my eyes on the both of you, so see to it that you commit no misdeeds. Of course not. You're talking to a professional here.
Very well. Let's look around first. This prayer flag looks much newer than the rest. Your benevolence? What does it say here?
The dearest wishes of our subjects are written upon these prayer flags. Reading the prayers of others is considered rude, but if you must know, it says, at the usual spot, bring grub, the key too.
What?
Huh. That is one of the more direct and practical prayers I've ever seen.
That's a defiant dragon dead drop. Hello. I wonder if it's even a prayer. Damn straight you add that to the court record. Ooh. So these flowers were left here in memory of Acolyte Zealot. What are they called?
They are known as Namanda, and they are given to express sorrow when a life is lost.
It seems offering flowers in memory of the dead is a universal practice. Acolyte Zealot was killed in a prayer pose. With his head bent over like that, the last thing he saw must have been this rug.
It is a prayer rug woven by devout monks. May the Holy Mother's blessing be upon his departed soul.
It's strange that there are no bloodstains, though.
Huh. Perhaps it was so cold his blood froze, or perhaps it was absorbed by his vestment.
It is pretty cold. Maybe the blood really did just freeze inside his body. Huh. Acolyte Zealot died bent over in prayer. There's no trace of blood on the ground, though. The fact that there was so little bleeding could mean it was a single stab to a vital point. Not that that would have been very difficult, considering the position he was in. Yeah, backstabbed, methinks. I'm a lawyer? Nothing new. Very well, how about the flag? Maybe there's prints on this. Nope. The flower. How about the little charm? Very well, let's just chat then. Let's see. How about starting with an overview of what happened?
Sure. The victim is Khura'in Zealot. He was the high priest's disciple. His body was discovered around noon today, right after the rite wrapped up.
So during the high priest's murder trial?
That's right. Apparently he had been here praying since the day before the rite even started. Talk about serious devotion.
Yeah, it barely lasted a few minutes.
This is a picture of Mr. Zealot's body.
Ooh. Huh. What's with that tattoo on the back of his neck? Huh. Some kind of peach? Or turnip? Huh. That dagger in his upper back looks like it would have been particularly painful. Ugh. Huh? Is that a tattoo on the back of his neck? It's peach-shaped. Maybe it's a flower bulb.
Everyone started leaving when the praying was finally done. But the victim remained bent over in prayer. And when they went over to check on him,
they discovered he was dead, right? Damn.
Yes, the estimated time of death is May 9th, sometime between the start of the rite and the discovery of the High Priest's body.
Huh?
In other words, we believe the crime took place during the purification rite. And the murder weapon was the same ceremonial dagger that killed the High Priest. The prosecution believes Maya came down the stairs after killing the High Priest, and then stabbed Mr. Zealot with the same dagger.
Circumstantial evidence does point to Maya, but what about the cause of death?
He apparently died instantly from the dagger that was left thrust in his upper back. Here's the autopsy report.
All right. Ugh. Time of death. May 10th? Didn't you? Hold on. What? What? The estimated time of death is May 9th? But this is May 10th, in the early hours of the morning. You know what's absolutely wild to me right now? About 2 days ago, I seriously tweaked my neck. And I have a bad ache in my neck at the exact place where that dagger is thrust into. I'm not even kidding. This is surreal, by the way. At least my pain doesn't hurt that much. Also, I turned 30 years old in just a few days. I think it's the 29th right now, or the 30th. No, it's the 29th. And, or is it the 30th? I forget. Yeah, my birthday is November 5th. So happy birthday to me. Reading in the birthday with back pain. Yeah! Help. Oh.
Estimated time of death, you say? How can you know such a thing? I want to know. Well, Barbed Head, out with it. Oh, so the Princess of the Spirit Medium Kingdom is interested in forensic science. Huh, I have no interest in science, forensic or otherwise. Nevertheless, I will someday be queen. As such, it would be wise to know what silly things the common folk believe in. There's nothing silly about it. I'll have you know, even Prosecutor Sadmati holds forensics in high regard. Does he? Huh. Perhaps I should not underestimate the power of science. Still, I suppose it is nothing much compared to the divination seance. She really doesn't have an adorable bone in her body.
Emma, I think she's actually interested. Would you mind explaining it to her?
I guess I have to now. Okay, there are many ways to estimate the time of death, but the most well-known method uses a change in body temperature. Interesting. Body temperature drops at a steady rate from the moment a person dies. That means we can tell how long someone's been dead by measuring their temperature. I see. That was quite enlightening. Barbed Head, present your forehead now.
What? Why?
You feel just a little over 95 degrees. It seems you're not dead yet.
Of course I'm not.
It was but a jest. After all, you're still the dead lawyer walking.
How dare you use that word? How dare you use that word? In such a way, I did not give you permission. I fail to see the humor in any of this. Were there any witnesses? With so many people here at the plaza, you'd think somebody would have seen something.
You'd think so, wouldn't you? But We haven't found a single witness.
How's that even possible?
Because everyone was bent over, utterly devoted to prayer, naturally.
Oh, right, the back-shattering pose that nearly killed me. Still, you'd think someone would have noticed something.
I thought so too, but with a monk's scarf he had on, no one could see the dagger in his upper back. Plus, everyone was so absorbed in prayer, they didn't see or hear anything.
I can't believe this.
What you choose to believe is your choice, but the fact remains there were no witnesses. However, there is one piece of irrefutable evidence: the dagger. Sadly, yes.
Could you tell me about the murder weapon?
The killer used the Warbad dagger, the legendary weapon of Lady Khura'in. It was discovered impaled in the victim's upper back. The accused's fingerprints were found on the dagger, were they not? Yes, they were. With such irrefutable evidence, there is no questioning the accused's guilt.
Well, I have a question. What's the orientation of the fingerprints? Is it a backhand stance? Not so fast. What about a motive? Maya had no reason to kill Acolyte Zealot.
What do the police think about this matter?
Maya had no reason to kill Acolyte Zealot.
So you say, but let us now hear what the police think about the matter. The police believe Maya is the Lady Khura'in figure who has been battling the rebels. And since Mr. Zealot was a disciple of the High Priest who turned out to be a rebel, he too was likely a rebel, and therefore met the same untimely demise as his teacher. Yes, that is how the police currently view this crime.
There's no way Maya is that Lady Khura'in vigilante.
I agree on a personal level, but the police are just going with what today's trial concluded.
Urgh. I really blew it in court today. Okay. That message on the prayer flag seems a little weird, but I think I've seen everything there is to see around here.
You have not found or heard anything of particular worth. Are you ready to give up?
No, I'm not calling it quits yet.
Does it look like you have any hope of winning, Mr. Wright?
Emma, I can't really say at this point. All I know is I have to keep investigating.
What are you two sneaks up to? I would advise you to get back to work if you are done here, Detective. Otherwise, I will report you to Prosecutor Sadmati for dereliction of duty. I'm going. Well, see you later, Mr. Wright, and good luck.
I should really pay a visit to everyone in every place connected with this case. Fair enough. Oh, new stuff, okay.
So, are you ready to give up, Barbed Head? Any more of this, and you will cause Lady Inri to suffer more than she already has.
I understand what you mean, but I can't give up that easily. After all, I have to defend Maya in court.
Stubborn fool! But you have already been found guilty. If you wish to continue floundering about, I suppose now is your last chance.
I'll take every chance I can get.
What, have you given up already?
Not even close. Still, it does feel like I'm barely treading water over here.
Water? Do all the people of your country go for a swim when they are troubled? If so, seek the rivers on the edge of town. There you will find all the water you need. Go ahead, paddle to your heart's content.
English idioms go right over her head. Alright, fair enough. Let's move. Let's hit up the inner sanctum while we're here. Sounds like there's nothing else here. Yep. Oh, something new. I can't believe Mr. Arable used this as a parachute.
That reckless fool! Then again, he must have a screw loose if he counts himself among those vile rebels.
I wouldn't exactly call him crazy, but he's certainly one of a kind. You know, as an American, I innately side with rebels. Good old Boston Tea Party. Anything new here? Oh, plenty new. Wow, okay. Huh? Ah, what the heck was that?
Honestly, what sort of grown man jumps at the call of a warbad? It sounds like a tiger!
What? That roar came from this bird? It is a bird, right?
Well, give me a moment. Nana?
Really?
The warbad has many natural enemies. Therefore, it mimics a lion's roar in order to scare them away. But you did not know that, did you? And you call yourself a lawyer, huh?
You didn't know either until you asked Nana.
Enough, you lame brain.
There you have it, folks. It's canon. Phoenix is a lame brain.
Why, this Giapam looks positively delicious. I think I shall take this one.
Your benevolence. Can't just take things without paying.
Shopkeeper, you will receive your payment from this barb-headed foreigner. Thank you, barbed-head foreigner.
Peasants paying for princesses? This place is absolutely feudal. It's a poster. That's the plumed Punisher, Khura'in's famous action hero. I guess we're not the only country with superheroes like that. Was that your stomach?
No, that was not me. That was the cry of the warbad.
You know, something I've never understood. It's apparently like a trope you see sometimes in Japanese media where stomach growls are seen as embarrassing? I genuinely do not understand that. Like, yeah, you're hungry. Why would you want to conceal that? Would you like a magatamen?
Enough, I am not hungry.
Why can't some people just admit when they're hungry? Yeah, I don't get it.
Have you never seen a yak before, Barbed Head?
Only in zoos.
Well, in Khura'in, they play an important part in our daily lives. Therefore, they must be treated with kindness and with respect.
Moo!
Hey, what are you doing? I command you to cease that at once.
Wow, that yak is really licking and nuzzling the daylights out of Rafa.
Foul beast! You made a mess of my royal raiment. For that I shall make a leather coat out of you later.
What was that about, treating them with kindness and respect again? Huh. Well, that's everything. And tell you what, I'm getting pretty hungry myself, so I'll call it here. Next time, I imagine we'll go check in at the High Priest's house, maybe speak with Belieb. Poor Belieb. Well, she had She had some issues last time, but now I'm genuinely frightened for her. And maybe a little of her, too. Yeah, what else is there to say, man? That was shocking. A genuine game over, a guilty verdict, and then it kept going. It's coming down to the wire, man. If nothing else, this game is really focusing on raising the stakes. Goodness, Phoenix and Maya are a hair's breadth away from dying. Ugh. Well, there's clearly some level of Defiant Dragon shenaniganry going on. That scarf, that purple one, that had the orders on it, that tells me something's going on. There was Defiant Dragon movement. I'm starting to think that, yeah, I don't think Abbot Inmei or Puree Zealot were actually rebels. No, I think they were genuinely part of Khura'inism. And maybe the rebels killed them because of that, or... who knows, maybe they were rebels but were planning on turning traitor, or... I am too tired, too hungry, and too neck-sore to think any harder, so... I'm Zephyr the Jester. This has been more Spirit of Justice. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll catch you next time. So until then, please take care.